I'm Brian Crabtree. As we've been talking about the Goose Creek mayoral election between Jerry Tekac and incumbent Mayor Heitzler, we've learned a few things. We've learned things about the way citizens and voters think through the election process. We've learned what they're concerned about. Most glaring of concerns is that voters are concerned that business people, when and if elected to office, want to have massive growth and change the fabric of the community. They also, voters, misconstrue what tax increases are. See, our government leaders have learned very well how to hide tax increases. We learned about a 2% hospitality tax in Goose Creek that was billed as something mostly tourists pay. But when we really mined into the numbers, we found that mostly the residents of Goose Creek had a new tax costing them nearly $1 million a year when they go out to restaurants in their city. A penalty, if you will, for dining in their own city instead of going somewhere else. We also learned that there's a concern about business people who understand business ideas. And I can get that. They're afraid there's going to be a lot of growth, a lot of cronyism, that kind of stuff. But then we compare that to leaders that have been in office for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and have lost any sense of a vision. And what the voter is missing that troubles me is how the tax system works. For instance, if you don't have businesses, and we use the Starbucks idea in Goose Creek, that came up, people rolled their eyes. They thought it was sort of silly to make light of the fact that Goose Creek, a city in South Carolina of nearly 40,000 residents, doesn't even have a Starbucks. But the issue is much deeper than that. Starbucks represents the types of businesses that are a high dollar per square foot business license taxpayer. If you have 1,500, 2,000 square foot Starbucks can pay $10, $15, $20, even $30,000 a year in business taxes. You look at a street, say in Crowfield subdivision with 15 or 20 houses, they may not pay as much in taxes, all those houses, as one Starbucks. A Starbucks has very little draw and need of services of the city, whereas 15 to 20 homeowners paying equal to or less than a single business like Starbucks is asking for trash pickup and police and fire service and all kinds of other city services. There's that many more people to deal with each individual owner of those homes. So what ends up happening is homeowners require city services that are greater than what they're paying in taxes. And in order to keep taxes from going up, we have to have businesses like Starbucks, medical offices, and others to pay greater taxes than the services they demand, which makes a balanced community. One of the many problems that people, when they say they don't like Somerville or Mount Pleasant, is missing is that for years, both have been highly unbalanced.